Clement Townsend behind the bar. CT, let's get back to the National Football League as we inch closer to Super Bowl 51. Falcons head coach Dan Quinn was asked what he likes about Tom Brady.
Speaking specifically to Tom, he has such an awareness of where to go with the football versus the coverage. So he can, we'll say the word, throw a guy open. And then the last part, his accuracy is really on point. He knows the exact depth that, he wants to throw, to the ball. And I think that's why there's so few turnovers because he puts it in a spot that's just right for his receiver. So I've got a lot of respect for him, for his game, how he conducts himself as a ball player. Because to me, he shows that kind of toughness.
Not surprising to hear Quinn gush over Brady's resume, but you look at this postseason, across the board, Matt Ryan's numbers are better in these 5 categories: rating, completion percentage, yardage, touchdowns, and interceptions. So I'm not asking you to judge them on the totality of their career. I'm just asking right now, CT, who is playing better football at the quarterback position? The guy Dan Quinn was gushing about, Tom Brady, who has 4 Super Bowl rings, or his QB, Matt Ryan? Again, those numbers from this postseason.
And when you take a look at those numbers were remarkably better in favor of Matt Ryan. 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. He went up against the Seattle Seahawks defense in the divisional round, carved them up for 36 points, and then we saw what happened with the Packers, put 44 points on the board, came out so fast for a guy who hasn't been in the playoffs in 4 years. The last time they were in the playoffs, 2012. I'm going to go Matt Ryan just right now. We're not talking about resume. We're not talking about overall body of work. Just at this point, Matt Ryan, what he's been able to do, we know he has some better talent. He's playing with Julio Jones, whereas Tom Brady is playing with Chris Hogan.
Sure.
That's a difference. That's a huge difference. Even though those guys remarkably had the same numbers.
Hogan looked like Julio.
Right? 9 catches,
Pittsburgh.
180 yards, 2 touchdowns. Those are the numbers for Hogan and Julio in the AFC and NFC championship games. But the way that he looks so comfortable, the way that he's able to read the defense and get the ball to the right receiver, read the coverage, everything that Matt Ryan is able to do right now. And I have to keep going back to the 0 interceptions. Taking care of the football. That's
huge.
So key when you're in the playoffs. You don't want to turn the football over. You always hear coaches talk about field position and the turnover battle. Those are 2 things that decide football games. And the way this offense is humming, if you're not giving the other team extra possessions because you're not turning the football over, you have a great chance to win. So just at this point, I'm going to go with Matt Ryan. Now, if we're talking about who's the better quarterback
Right.
and who I think is going to win, that's a different conversation.
Right.
But right now, the numbers don't lie.
The numbers back you up if you want to claim that Matt Ryan is playing better at the QB spot. Though, when they go head-to-head, I'm not going to bet against Tom Brady.
I'm with you on that.